Hey guys, it's Eurobike 2025 day 2. Today I'm gonna mainly explore holes 12 and 11. Those mainly host the Western brands, but I also heard there are a few Chinese brands over there. So let's go! After a while we have finally something interesting from Willier, a traditional Italian brand. This is their latest gravel bike, and you can see it takes a lot of features from road bikes. So for example, the deeper head tube, also deeper down tube, dropped seat stays, pretty wide fork, and from the front, the head tube is also pretty narrow. Yeah, so they are more into gravel racing. It's nice to see some sort of evolution of their products. And over here is their latest TT bike, and it looks like a rocket ship. If I ever said something about a razor thin like seat post and a razor thin like bike, okay, I was wrong because this is the one. Apparently it's also pretty expensive. I read something about $22,000 US. Also notice how they leverage this depth space. So they used an Aero bottle in order to improve the airflow in this area. So I believe this reduces drag as well. And if you remember those fast sports wheel yesterday, so you can see that this disc wheel also has a similar shape or similar pattern. So when this wheel spins, I believe it creates like a nice image or nice picture. This is Pedersen Trek Madone. He won the points classification at this year's Giro d'Italia. So that's why this entire bike is in this color, because the point classification jersey is purple. I'm not the biggest fan of Trek bikes, to be honest, but I absolutely love their paint jobs. You can see it's equipped with SRAM red, and this chainring has 56 teeth. Absolutely huge. It's a 1x setup, and also those handlebars are pretty narrow. I would say those are 36 or 38 centimeters. Unfortunately for the racers, they will be banned soon. And maybe one more detail, you can see the key edge bike computer mount is in the similar color as the rest of the bike. For the fans of titanium bikes, I have this Passoni. I love how smooth wheels they have here. It's a premium bike built on Durai's Di2. Over here they have a gravel one on SRAM red, and here they have another road bike with a beautiful connection of titanium and carbon fiber. I love how these fibers are visible here. It's similar to time bikes that are made in Slovakia. Over here at TSB Technology booth, and they have the best 3D printed titanium frames I've seen. I already showcased them last year. This is their latest road frame, and this one is completely 3D printed. It's absolutely smooth, absolutely beautiful. Over here you can see when there are welds. Let me put it a little bit closer so you can see the welding. And they also have a hybrid. So for example, this one is partially 3D printed and partially welded. I also asked about the weight, and this one is 1400 grams. The entire cockpit is stupidly lightweight. It's absolutely crazy. Over here they have a crankset. It's not that lightweight as I would expect, but still pretty lightweight compared to aluminum or other materials. And for your kids, they also have this small, it's not even a bike, I don't know the correct word in English for this one. In Czech we call it odrážedlo. So yeah, nice to see. I'm on my way to another hole, and on my way there I would like to share two observations I made this year. The first one is that e-bikes are killing it. There are many more e-bike companies than last year. And my second observation is that this entire Eurobike this year is much smaller than last year. For example, the whole line, there were 3 floors last year, 3 floors of Asian brands, and this year it's reduced to only 1. Over here at Xiamen Carbon Sport's booth, and I want to show you their hubs. They are pretty proud of their hubs, and they have this one-piece ratchet that you can simply replace. So when He returns the free hub body back there. Yeah, now completely replaced. So you don't have several pieces, but only one that you put inside, and your hub is upgraded. Of course, it's a little bit more expensive, but yeah, maybe for some of you this could be interesting. And another uniqueness of these hubs is that these are combined with carbon spokes that have straight pull technology. They are not slided sideways, so this should improve the overall strength and reduce the weakness of narrow flanges, because carbon spokes are pulled for higher tensions, so there is a higher chance of those flanges being deformed if they are too narrow or if the spokes are tightened too high. I found two new products at iGPSport. First is this small radar. I asked whether they already solved the false positives that I encountered with SR30, and they said they have a new algorithm, so hopefully this one performs better than the previous one. And here they have their latest bike computer, and I actually like it really much because it's very responsive. The screen looks sharp, and I would love to test its battery life, because the claimed battery life should be 35 hours. So that's pretty damn good. It's in the Garmin Edge 1040 solar range. Hopefully I can get my hands on the radar and see how it compares to Willier radars. It's not that long ago when RideNow was featured in the Hall 9, where there were Asian brands, and now they are in this Hall number 12, where there are bigger brands, so it's nice to see they are doing well. I use their tubes as a spare tube in my saddlebag because they don't take much space, they are lightweight. So if you are into marginal gains and weight savings, RideNow tubes are highly recommended. I almost wanted to leave this booth already, but then I noticed that they have these shoes here, and I was in the market for cycling shoes recently, and if I knew that they are manufacturing these, maybe I would buy them. They are very lightweight, and actually they are made of recycled material from the tubes, which is kind of interesting. They don't sell them yet, but they should be, and I'm curious whether they will offer them in different colors. These are more girlish-like. Do you remember this one? I also showcased it last year. They have this insert in the front and also a little bit different seat stays. It's the theme of modern bikes to have something different, something unique to stand out from the crowd and be a little bit more unique. This one is super weird. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. I finally found a few World Tour bikes. This is Wout van Aert's Cervélo S5. This is the old version, the old generation. Over here we have Pinarello Dogma F. Here is Lapierre Xelius. But this X-Lab time trial bike of Astana caught my attention. You know, I love Astana's paint jobs, the color. But overall the bike looks very cool. Look at that. This is Ridley Noah Fast. It's one of the most aero bikes in the World Tour peloton. And you can see the head tube is really deep. Like, here is my palm for the comparison. Also the front fork, the down tube. Let's see how thin it looks from behind. Oh, okay, it's actually not that thin. I expected it will be thinner, maybe similarly thin as the Windspace D1600. But I guess it works for them. Apex is a brand I was not familiar with, and this is their endurance road bike. And as you can see, it has these huge 40mm smooth tires. Those are from Pirelli. These are Race TLR. Another interesting thing is that you can adjust the wheelbase length. So you just flip this and you can make the wheelbase a little bit shorter. It will change the way how the bike feels, especially how it steers. And it's also equipped with the latest SRAM Force. It looks much better than I thought it will be in person. But the main feature I would say is that they implemented the red-like shifters that have a little bit longer reach. They also have this climbing bike here, and what's unique about it, the fork has these dimples inspired by golf balls, and those dimples can be also found on the seat post. They told me, of course, aerodynamics, right? So unfortunately they don't have the wind tunnel data, but at least the design is a little bit different. I briefly stopped at Classified booth because there is one huge news. Classified is now compatible with Shimano Di2 shifters, so you can shift using Shimano buttons. And here you can see how the entire system looks like. Unfortunately, I'm not able to explain it, and even if they explain it to me, it would be too difficult for me to translate everything. I rather recommend watching a video from Pictorg or somebody. I'm pretty surprised that Shimano actually made it compatible because they are basically competitors, but maybe it's a wise move. This is Michal Kwiatkowski time trial bike. It's Pinarello bolide, and it's paired with Classified group set. Let me take a look from this side. It has absolutely massive chainring. It's of course one bike to optimize the friction and airflow. It's absolutely massive. If you are into time trialing, Pardus has a unique time trial bike, especially thanks to the rear seat stays. You can see they are pretty thin to cut through the air and to allow the airflow to go around the wheel directly. I don't know if they have any wind tunnel data. Hopefully they do. Another interesting point, the head tube is pretty sharp as well, similarly to the Windspace T1600. So yeah, for some scenarios this shape is more aerodynamic than a rounded, more rounded-like approach. But I would love to see some wind tunnel data. Okay, so I'm starting to see a little pattern here. This is Simplon, and its head tube is also relatively sharp. And over here they have another, more lightweight model. I'm not sure whether you can see it well, but its head tube is also relatively sharp. So I was living under an impression that having more aerofoil-like shape is better, but it seems that either this is a new trend to have a sharper head tube, or they found out that it's actually better for aerodynamics. Or maybe it's simply a design choice. This is KTM Revelator 15, and it's an aluminum frame. You can see the finishing here is absolutely smooth, and then you take a look at the bottom bracket area and they leave the welding as this. Like why they couldn't just finish it the same way as they did it on the head tube or here at the seat stays, and they leave it ugly like this. And now I also noticed that this joint here is also left unpolished. Over here at Superior booth, and I want to show you their RR road frame. By the way, Superior is a Czech brand. This entire build weighs around 7.5 kilograms. It's their racing road bike. I like that they have this shape of the cockpit. And over there, here is their gravel lineup. This is their adventure gravel bike, so you can see it has those mounts on the front fork, also these rivets on the top tube. It's currently fitted with the latest SRAM Rival. Over here they have already the latest SRAM Force, and over here they have Ultegra Di2. But the bike that caught the most attention at their booth is this one. It's an aluminum bike. It costs 1,659 euros, which is not that bad considering how it looks. It has carbon fork. The frame looks decently finished. Of course, those welds are not as nicely finished as some high-end aluminum bikes. It's fitted with Shimano Q's group set, and if you are considering entering gravel world, this is the bike to consider. Something for women as well. This is Liv Langma. This is their high-end racing frame. Again, beautiful painting. This is Jayco Liv Teams, Jayco Alula, women's team. Nice job. I saw this bike on Instagram. I love its paint job. I love this shade of blue. Absolutely beautiful. Take a look at it. In person it looks absolutely gorgeous. Look who is back. This is Stages. They had financial struggles, but it seems that Giant brought them back. But I'm not fully convinced whether crank-based power meters are the future when we have Favero Axioma with their latest power meter pedals that are pretty lightweight. So yeah, let's wait and the market decides. Alright, here is another Czech brand. It's called Festka. It's a premium manufacturer based in Prague. They mainly focus on gravel and road frames. I believe they already sold a bike to Orlando Bloom and other celebrities as well. This one is equipped with SRAM Red paired with Qual-Race crankset. The crankset is unique because you can customize it, you can customize the color, and also you can see these dimples inspired by golf balls. But what I don't understand is that they equip this bike with Mavic wheels, and these wheels are pretty trashy considering today's standards. They are narrow, heavy, yeah, a bike like this deserves better wheels, I believe. Over here at Stasdock's booth, they are the manufacturer of these bike hangers. And of course, this one caught my attention mainly because of the amazing Trek's paint job. This rainbow-like color. And yeah, this is absolutely nice to see. This is SEKA, and they also upgraded their booth compared to last year. And this is their latest frame set. It's called SEKA X Aero G2. It's a gravel frame set, and you can see they took the learnings from SEKA Spear, which is over there. They have this wind eye structure again, and also much deeper head tube and fork for aero gains, because gravel racing is also increasing in speeds. And they also use these aero bottles, so they use fitlock system, so you just twist the bottle like this, take it out, and here they have a hidden storage for tubes and other necessary tools. And yeah, when you want to give it back, just place it and it magnetically attaches there. I absolutely love this paint job. I love blue, and this one is exactly to my taste. And they also have this purple one. This is SEKA Spear road frame. I showcased it last year, and it's paired with scope wheels. Here is their Exceed. I also like this shade of blue and silver, pretty nice. And over here they have another Spear. This is the raw carbon. This is the, I don't know how it's called. Anyway, this one is kind of interesting. Another Chinese brand with an absolutely massive booth, at least considering Chinese brand standards. This is L-twoo, and to be honest, I won't be able to run it through their lineup because they have so many different group sets, so I would rather recommend you to watch Cervélo. He has personal experience with these group sets. Check out his channel. I actually met him today and also yesterday. He's a lovely guy. I took some inspiration from him as well. And I'm gonna continue trying to find something unique and interesting at this fair. Let's go! Over here at Magicshine booth, and this is their latest radar. I hope it performs better than the R300. The lady holds the R300. I reviewed it recently and it performed really poorly. It gave me so many false positives. This small one, it has up to 100 lumens. It weighs only 38 grams. It's the smallest radar I've ever held it in my hand. It's even smaller than the Varia without the taillight. And yeah, it should run up to 18 hours. We will see what's the reality. But I'm mainly interested in the accuracy. So hopefully this one won't disappoint. And if it does, I will probably never test any other radar from Magicshine. This is Big Rock. Yeah, I know, the name is not the best. Anyway, they have this Aero frame set here, and I checked the finishing in this bottom bracket area, and it's absolutely smooth, very well made. So the brake caliper mounts seem to be very well finished. Thumbs up. I'm not an expert on track bicycles, but this one caught my attention. It's 70 teeth chainring, absolutely crazy. And also very narrow handlebar, I don't know, 30 centimeters, maybe even less. I had to return to the light carbon booth because yesterday when I was here, they didn't have this bike here yet. You can see that the rear seat stays are similar to the SEKA Spear. They are similar to their wind eye structure. This is slightly different. It seems like it's a little bit lower. And the specifications of this frame set are over here. So the overall weight is 980 grams for 52 centimeter size. And also you can, of course, choose different handlebar width and stem length. Considering it's a gravel frame, it has only 38 millimeter tire clearance, so it won't be for any sort of super difficult mountain bike like terrain. And when looking at it now, I also see they have a hole in the seat post. So these two features should improve the overall riding comfort because they should allow those two parts to flex a little bit more and absorb the vibration. And by the way, the overall cost, even included the handlebar, should be around $700. So I was walking around trying to find something interesting, and I bumped into this e-bike, and it's equipped with Magene QED group set. This is kind of interesting because the group set is not released yet. So yeah, how is it possible that they already have it? Magene has this huge booth and they have several new products here. So they have this working demo of the QED group set. In my hands it feels really ergonomic. I don't have any issues. I'm used to having a hidden button at the top. They have it here. And yeah, of course you can pair it and customize it. You can control the head unit. So now I'm clicking the button on the left shifter and you can see it changes those pages there. The group set should be available hopefully at the end of this year in Europe. They also have a more budget, a more affordable version made of different materials. So this is made of aluminum compared to the QED which is made of carbon fiber. Over here they have their latest power meter. It should have better accuracy, better battery life and this kind of stuff. I will leave up to GP Llama to review it. But what can I say is that those cranks are pretty lightweight. They are made of carbon fiber and honestly they feel very light. Over here they are showcasing their two bike trainers, and I will only mention one thing about them. They can actually create electricity, so you can plug a cable in and you can charge your devices, or you can see they have these LEDs. It's actually a pretty cool feature that I expected to be introduced in other trainers much sooner, but yeah, it's nice that they brought it here. They also have these new bike computers here. This is the C706, and the first thing you can see, the bezels are much more narrower compared to the previous generation, the C606 that I also tested. So this is a change that I really appreciate, and I hope that Garmin and Wahoo will follow with these narrower bezels as well. And there are two new features that were not available previously. So first is that they have an inbuilt speaker. So again, that functionality of the electronic bell was copied by other manufacturers from Garmin. They were actually the first ones. But honestly, it's such a cool feature, so I don't mind that others have it now as well. I actually like they have it. And yeah, there is a little bit of lag when browsing the data pages. And the second new feature is the Climb Pro. Currently only available in China, but it should be available in the rest of the world as well. And right now I can't show you the entire page because this is only a demo, and you can see that they have different category climbs here. Oh wait, so segment is coming, so maybe we will see a different data page. Oh no, so this is Strava Live segment. So this is how the Strava Live segment looks. And yeah, Climb Pro is not here in its full potential, but Yeah, this is how the Strava segments look like. This is Trigon. This is their gravel bike, and to me it looks like one of the coolest or one of the most original paint jobs. And it's not the only one, and I already remember exploring their booth last year, and they also had really nice paint jobs. I even included one of their bikes to a thumbnail, and here is their road bike. And again, they also painted the cockpit, the seat post, and overall it's a very originally looking road bike. And right behind here is BlackTech with their unique carbon wheels with the unique spokes lacing. I don't know if we can call it spokes even, but yeah, I showcased them last year. And over there is this titanium inner road bike. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Here is another candidate for the best looking paint job. This is Factor Ostro with SRAM Force, the latest SRAM Force released recently. Again, gorgeous. This is the latest Factor bike. I believe it was firstly used at Criterium du Dauphiné, and it has several very unique looking features. So let's start at the cockpit. You can see the handlebars are flat and also very, very thin. Another signature feature is this super thin head tube, and I think this is one of the thinnest head tubes I've ever seen on a road bike. And of course this absolutely wide fork that has huge clearance. It reminds me a bike from Lotus, so maybe there is some inspiration from there. Again, very deep fork in order to improve the airflow. And then we also have the rear end of the bike that has much smaller tire clearance, so in the end you won't be able to ride this bike with so wide tires. And I can see this bike is paired with black wheels that seem to be pretty wide, and this tire looks like 28 millimeter wide. Let me double check it. So yeah, I double checked the tire width, and this is 28 millimeter Continental Grand Prix 5000 tire, and you can see the tire rim transition is absolutely smooth. Okay, this was Eurobike 2025. I hope you liked my coverage. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.